Very historic day today because potentially we're talking about Fred Nile being right.
I've been very critical of Fred Nile, and I still maintain that criticism, being an armchair critic and trying to decide what people would or would not have done had they been inside that cafe when the siege was underway last year. He essentially described the men who left as cowards, leaving the women behind, and I just don't think you can do that from a distance. Now, though, we have seen the evidence from those people in there who've talked about what went through their mind and what they did. We were quite surprised this morning because I repeated my criticism of Fred Nile, and we got a heap of people who agree with him.
All mainly men calling, but there were a couple of women as well, and they were all saying that the men who fled the Lindt Café during that siege were cowards. That's what they were essentially saying. They were spineless. They should have stayed back. One caller was very agitated, saying that there were pregnant women, there were elderly women left in that cafe, and how dare he leave the building by that exit and leave the rest of them at the hands of this mad terrorist.
Again, we weren't there. We weren't involved in those situations. We didn't know what was happening around them, so it's really hard to judge. But I was quite taken aback by the number of people who reacted exactly the same way when they saw the testimony of these people and saw spelt out the timeline, what went through their minds and what they did.
And you know what? These people are always courageous, aren't they? They always want to have their Bruce Willis moment. They were never actually in the building. They've probably never faced a life-threatening situation like that. And to be going around and calling these people gutless and cowards is spineless in itself.
A lot of people saying it, though. A lot of surprising number of people are saying it today.
Yeah, well, these are the sort of people who probably live this sort of fantasy life where they imagine themselves being the hero of a Hollywood blockbuster all the time. The reality of the matter is you can never really know how you would react unless you were actually there.